excuse me, let's go back on the record, 19 CF 7518. We have counsel for the state defense and Mr. Quiles present. Anything we need to do before the, my understanding is we do have a verdict. Anything we need to handle before the jury comes out first from the state?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Defense?
Dan, did you want to address the second part, or you want to worry about it later? Okay. Nothing for the defense, Your Honor.
The only thing I will add to those in the gallery, obviously I don't know what the verdict is, whatever it may be, if you don't feel like you can contain your emotion, I ask that you step outside the courtroom now. If you know yourself and know you cannot contain yourself, please just step outside now and you'll be informed of the verdict. With that said, please get the jury. And Mr. Gray, just get the verdict form folded in half, give it to me.
Never happened before. Kids never think like that. Whatever.
Those horror stories.
The honor of the jury returns to the court.
All right, the verdicts are legally sufficient. I'm going to give it to the clerk for publication. Mr. Quiles, please rise with your counsel.
In the Circuit Court of the 4th Judicial Circuit in and for Duval County Court of Case Number 16, 2019, CF 7518AXXXMA, Division CRI, State of Florida versus Johnathan Jacob Quiles, verdict count 1. Plead the jury found the defendant guilty of first-degree murder as charged in the indictment. We find the defendant did actually possess and discharge a firearm during the commission of the offense. Verdict count 2. We, the jury, find the defendant guilty of first-degree murder as charged in the indictment. We find the defendant actually possessed and discharged a firearm during the commission of the offense. Verdict count 3. We, the jury, find the defendant guilty of engaging in an act that constitutes sexual battery upon or with a child 12 years of age or older, but younger than 18 years of age, by a person in a familial or custodial authority, as charged in the indictment. So say we all that in Jacksonville, Duval County, Florida, signed by the foreperson, dated September 21st, 2023.
All right, counsel, Mr. Quiles, you may have a seat. Does either side want the jury polled?
Yes, Your Honor.
Members of the jury, the clerk is simply going to ask you individually a question, whether this was indeed your verdict. I want you to disregard your jury numbers from last week. We're going to start from my far right first row, juror number 1, work our way down, and then commence back on the top row. So 1, 2, 3, etc., and we'll finish up with juror number 12 on my far left. So she's going to ask you a question, and you just respond with your answer.
Juror number 1, were these your true and correct verdicts? Yes. Juror number 2, were these your true and correct verdicts?
Yes.
Juror number 3, were these your true and correct verdicts?
Yes.
Juror number 4, were these your true and correct verdicts? Yes. Juror number 5, were these your true and correct verdicts? Yes. Juror number 6, were these your true and correct verdicts?
Yes.
Juror number 7, were these your true and correct verdicts?
Yes.
Juror number 8, were these your true and correct verdicts? Yes. Juror number 9, were these your true and correct verdicts?
Yes.
Juror number 10, were these your true and correct verdicts? Yes. Juror number 11, were these your true and correct verdicts?
Yes.
And juror number 12, were these your true and correct verdicts? Yes. Thank you.
Members of the jury, this is typically when in the process I dismiss you from your service. However, we need to move forward with phase 2 of the proceeding. That will not occur tonight. That will not occur tomorrow. I'm going to give you the day off tomorrow. We're going to start back up on Monday for that process. That's what I told council as we were playing this out, and I want to abide by that. That phase, and the attorneys agree, is not nearly as lengthy as what this process is. A couple of days is what they anticipate. We may be able to conclude it on Monday. It depends how things shake out. Therefore, you're still under the order of the court to not discuss this case among yourselves or each other. Well, you discussed the case. You can't discuss it again moving forward. Please disregard the media. Please don't watch the news or the newspapers. I know it's a 3-day weekend. Please stay away from that. It's very important you do so. I'll have your 4 other friends come join you back on Monday, and we'll reconvene at that point. I haven't talked with the attorneys about this, but I'm tempted to begin later on Monday. Monday traffic's a bit more chaotic than the rest of the week. Why don't we start at 10 o'clock on Monday? Give you guys a late start. You guys can have a cup of coffee on me. Just tell them that, see what happens. But we'll start at 10 o'clock on Monday. We'll have a full day again. We'll go from there. I'm going to talk to the attorneys today and probably tomorrow and get an idea of what next week looks out for us. At this point, I'm going to dismiss you guys for the day. You can get your belongings and just meet. I trust you guys to get here on time Monday. Get here before 10 o'clock, same place as you have the past couple weeks. Just remember, do not discuss this case with family or friends. Please stay away from the media and the newspapers. If you see it, mute it, walk out of the other room. The same thing you guys have been doing the past 2 weeks. You guys have been wonderful, and I commend you guys. It's a solemn responsibility, and I'm grateful for you guys' service. And with that said, I'll see you guys Monday morning at 10 o'clock. The jury's outside our presence. You guys may have a seat. Anything we need to handle? Hey.
Your Honor, we agree with the court's documents that we talked about.
About Monday? Yeah, I told you guys that earlier in the weekend. I want to abide by that so you guys have time to prepare over the 3-day weekend. Anything from the defense perspective?
No, sir, Your Honor.
I do want to have a short status conference tomorrow to talk about the penalty phase, scheduling wise, instructions. The aggravators listed by the state, the mitigators listed by the defense. I want to get a clear idea as to the mitigators, statutory, non-statutory listed by the defense and pleadings, and have that box so we can, because they need to be listed in the instructions for the jury. I want to have a good idea of that. I know the defense has filed a couple pleadings with statutory and non-statutory ones. Some of the non-statutory ones you listed seem to be listing aggravators, but like in the inverse, how that aggravator is not met, and that may be what you're arguing as a non-statutory, but I just want to get a good idea of what we're talking about and what we have discussed so far.
And advise the court about 90% of it is just character, Judge.
Okay, well, I want that to be specifically delineated in a pleading. That's what I'm going to talk tomorrow about getting that one pleading properly filed with the clerk. So it lists out everything, and that's a combination of what you already filed into one pleading. That's fine. But I think it's important to have that one pleading done so we can handle that.
You want it before we come to court tomorrow? Or
You can have a draft done, and we can talk about it tomorrow if you would like.
perfect. That's what I needed to know. What time are you talking about, Judge?
And I know you have Dr. Rohr, correct?
Sorry?
You have Dr. Rohr?
Yes.
Okay.
And I can tell you that it's going to be very short. The state and I, we're meeting with Dr. Rohr here at noon so that Mr. Skinner can go over whatever needs to be done. And he will have a full opportunity to be able to speak to her tomorrow at noon.
Did you do the IQ test you mentioned in the pleading?
Yes.
Okay. What time do you guys want to have a status tomorrow? I can't imagine it'd be lengthy, but if you have that noon meeting, what do you want?
Yes, sir, we're trying to meet her at noon.
Yep.
So we're
11's fine with me.
11 o'clock's great.
Okay, we'll have it in this courtroom as well, since that's why we're here. Certainly appreciate you guys. I know it's been a long couple of weeks. Appreciate both counsel on both sides for your professionalism and how you guys conducted the trial. It's not easy. I recognize that fact as well. So appreciate you guys. And I'll see you guys back at 11 o'clock tomorrow. We'll be in
Your
recess.
Honor.